Detailed Guide to Timeshare Rescission Periods by U.S. State. Explore our comprehensive guide to timeshare rescission periods across all U.S. states and learn how to exercise your rights effectively with Xtimeshares. Welcome to our Guide to Timeshare Rescission Periods. Understanding the intricacies of timeshare contracts and the legal provisions in different states can be challenging. This comprehensive guide provides essential information about the time window, known as the rescission period, during which you can rescind or cancel a timeshare contract without any obligations in all 50 U.S. states. Please remember that this guide does not substitute professional legal advice. We recommend a free consultation with Xtimeshares.com, a trusted leader in the timeshare exit industry for complex situations or if you've passed the rescission period. Understanding timeshare contract rescission. Within our Guide to Timeshare Rescission Periods, we define rescission as the legal right to nullify a timeshare contract without any ongoing obligations from either party. This right is generally non-negotiable and should be explicitly stated in the timeshare agreement. The rescission period refers to a specific duration, usually 3 to 15 days after the contract signing, as determined by each state's laws, during which a timeshare owner can exercise this right to cancel the contract. This period's existence and length should be communicated in the contract to meet state requirements. For timeshare owners, the rescission period provides a safeguard to reconsider their decision and exit the agreement without penalties. Additional statutory disclosures must be delivered at purchase or soon after in certain states. Some states apply real property, consumer protection, or solicitation laws if no specific timeshare laws exist. Thus, enlisting a lawyer specialized in timeshare law becomes essential when dealing with such scenarios. If you're a timeshare owner who has exceeded the rescission timeline, don't lose hope. Other legal solutions are at your disposal, and we are here to guide you through them. State-by-state timeshare rescission periods. Alabama timeshare rescission period. You have 5 days, excluding Sunday, after the contract signing to rescind. Alaska timeshare rescission period. Alaska allows a rescission period of 15 days after receiving statutory disclosure documents. Arizona timeshare rescission period. In Arizona, the rescission period is 10 days after the execution of the purchase agreement. Arkansas timeshare rescission period. Arkansas law provides a 5-day rescission period after contract execution. California timeshare rescission period. The rescission period in California is 7 days after contract signing or receipt of statutory disclosure documents. Colorado timeshare rescission period. Colorado stipulates a rescission period of 5 days after the sale. Connecticut timeshare rescission period. In Connecticut, the rescission period is 5 days after the execution of the contract or required disclosure statement. Delaware timeshare rescission period. Delaware law allows for a 15-day rescission period after the contract execution. Florida timeshare rescission period. The rescission period in Florida is 10 days after the execution date or the day of receipt of statutory disclosure documents. Georgia timeshare rescission period. In Georgia, the rescission period is 7 days after receiving the statutory documents, excluding holidays and Sundays. Hawaii timeshare rescission period. Hawaii stipulates a rescission period of 7 calendar days after contract execution or receiving the statutory disclosure documents. Idaho timeshare rescission period. Idaho grants a 5-day rescission period following contract execution. Illinois and Indiana timeshare rescission period. The rescission period in both Illinois and Indiana is 72 hours after the execution of the contract. Iowa timeshare rescission period. Iowa residents have 5 business days to rescind a timeshare contract after receiving all required disclosures. Kansas timeshare rescission period. Kansas law provides a 3 business day rescission period after contract signing. Kentucky timeshare rescission period. The rescission period in Kentucky is 3 business days after signing the agreement. Louisiana timeshare rescission period. Louisiana's rescission period is 7 days from signing or receiving the statutory disclosure documents. Maine timeshare rescission period. In Maine, the rescission period lasts for 10 days following the receipt of the contract or its execution. Maryland timeshare rescission period. Maryland law permits a rescission period of 10 days following the contract date or the receipt of statutory disclosures. Massachusetts timeshare rescission period. In Massachusetts, consumers have 3 business days after receipt of statutory disclosure documents to rescind the contract. Michigan timeshare rescission period. Michigan law allows for a rescission period of 9 business days after receiving all statutory disclosure documents. Minnesota timeshare rescission period. In Minnesota, the rescission period lasts for 5 days after receipt of a legible binding contract or statutory disclosure documents. Mississippi timeshare rescission period. Mississippi offers a 7-day rescission period after receipt of statutory disclosure documents or execution of the contract. Missouri timeshare rescission period. Missouri law provides a 5-day rescission period after the date of the agreement. Montana timeshare rescission period. In Montana, the rescission period is 7 days after receipt of statutory disclosure documents or signing the purchase agreement. Nebraska timeshare rescission period. Nebraska provides a 3-day rescission period following receipt of statutory disclosure documents. Nevada timeshare rescission period. In Nevada, consumers have a 5-day rescission period following the execution of the contract. New Hampshire timeshare rescission period. New Hampshire law allows a 5-day rescission period following a contract signing or delivery of all statutory disclosure documents. New Jersey timeshare rescission period. New Jersey provides a 7-day rescission period following the execution of the contract. New Mexico timeshare rescission period. In New Mexico, consumers have 7 days to rescind the contract after execution. New York timeshare rescission period. In New York, consumers have 7 business days after the contract signing to rescind the agreement. North Carolina timeshare rescission period. North Carolina law grants a 5-day rescission period following the execution of the contract. North Dakota timeshare rescission period. In North Dakota, the right to rescind is valid for a period defined by the agreement itself. Ohio timeshare rescission period. Ohioans have 3 days after contract signing to rescind the contract. Oklahoma timeshare rescission period. Oklahoma provides a 5-day rescission period following receipt of a legible contract. Oregon timeshare rescission period. In Oregon, consumers have 5 days from the contract signing to rescind it. Pennsylvania timeshare rescission period. Pennsylvania law provides a 5-day rescission period after contract execution. Rhode Island timeshare rescission period. In Rhode Island, the rescission period lasts 5 business days after execution or receipt of all statutory disclosure documents. South Carolina timeshare rescission period. South Carolina provides a 5-day rescission period after the date of signing the contract. South Dakota timeshare rescission period. In South Dakota, consumers have 7 days after the contract execution to rescind it. Tennessee timeshare rescission period. Tennessee's rescission period lasts for 10 days after contract signing with on-site inspection or 15 days if no inspection was performed. Texas timeshare rescission period. Texans have 5 days after signing and receiving the contract or receipt of statutory disclosure documents to rescind it. Utah timeshare rescission period. In Utah, the rescission period lasts for 5 days after contract signing. Vermont timeshare rescission period. Vermont provides a 3 business day rescission period after contract signing, specifically for home solicitations. Virginia timeshare rescission period. Virginians have 7 days after contract execution to rescind the contract. Washington timeshare rescission period. In Washington, the rescission period is 7 days after contract execution. West Virginia Timeshare Rescission Period. West Virginia law provides a 10-day rescission period from the date of signing and an additional 10 days after receipt of public disclosure. Wisconsin Timeshare Rescission Period. Wisconsinites have 5 business days after contract execution or receipt of the last statutory documents to rescind it. Wyoming Timeshare Rescission Period. In Wyoming, the rescission period is 10 days after contract signing, specifically for home solicitations. Wrapping up, Guide to Timeshare Rescission Periods. Timeshare owners need to know the rescission timeline in their respective states. Remember, you still have options even if the rescission period has passed. At Xtimeshares.com, we have spent years helping clients like you navigate the complexities of timeshare contracts. Feel free to contact us if you're past the rescission period and your timeshare company refuses to let you out of your contract. We offer a free consultation service, helping you explore the options to find the best solution tailored to your situation. Don't hesitate to contact us today, and let us help you on your journey to timeshare freedom.